You and your friends are on a hunt looking for your sister who has been missing for a year but about to encounter the worst day of your life. It's bad enough you are going to die, but it's even worse you are going to die and stuck in a time loop. What do you do? I am going to explain the mistakes they made and solutions to survive the brutal time loop nightmare in Until Dawn.
If we want to survive, we have to make it until dawn.
These idiots are about to die in an infinite loop and they don't even know about it. The movie starts out as Clover's sister trying to escape from the Wendigo, making all sorts of noises, but get away by kicking the monster like Jackie Chan. As soon as she escapes, a guy who dresses in a mask built like Kane from WWE execute her. The next scene, Clover and her friends travel to a place in the middle of nowhere. They go to this store because it looks like the last place Clover's sister went. The Asian lady, Megan, wants to hold hands with the group because she's a psychic or something. For good luck, but almost got ran over by a truck for being in the way. Clover goes to the store and see this guy who was in the video game.
I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this as you play your game.
He just work in the store but have a dark and sinister secret. Clover asks have he seen her sister. He said he's seen her along with a lot of people, but tell her this place is called Glow Valley.
Looking for my sister. Does she look familiar to you? I didn't say that. Do a lot of people go missing around here?
He warns her not to go there because it's dangerous, but Clover and her friends stupidly drive through the stormy woods to get to the place.
Up the road, that's where people get into trouble.
The place is weird because it looks like it's never rained there and the sky is unusually different. This brings the beginning of day one. Okay, first of all, how does Clover know her sister is still alive after a year later? Did she not get any emails, phone calls, or text messages that she was alive? And she put her friends in severe danger. If that were me, I would want to see proof of life to show that she's alive, whether through emails, phone calls, or text messages. If there's no proof of life that she's alive, then I would not go there and accept my fate that my sister is dead. The creepy guy at the store warned me about the missing people. If that were me, I would question him more in depth about the missing people. Secondly, he's the only person in town which seems suspicious. I would rather go to the car, turn around, and go back home. He's giving too many signs that he can't be trusted. Third thing I noticed is the pouring raining hard to get to the location and then it stopped once I get to his house. If that were me, I would take the car, turn back around through the storm, and go home. This whole thing looks suspicious as hell. I want to see my sister, but that looks like a death trap. Day one is here. Clover, Abel, Nina, Megan, and Max go inside and search for a phone. In the house, there are odd items that haven't been used in years, like weapons, books, and other items. Nina signed her name on a book. Clover hears someone call her name outside, but was dragged back in by Max.
Up the road, that's where people get into trouble.
Abel's decided to check around and take pictures and notice a bunch of people missing on the wall.
Holy sh**.
Nina sees an hourglass hanging on the wall and they notice something is off, but can't tell.
I get to.
Weird.
All of a sudden, someone takes a car and tries to play mind games to keep them inside the house. Next, there's a sharp noise in the house. When Abe checks it out, he's missing. Nita follows right behind him alone and she sees Abe killed off. Then Nita killed off next. Max, Clover, and Megan decide to check it out and find out it's a intruder in their house. And when they try to fight them, all of them were brutally killed, and that's the end of day one. Alright, these idiots are stupid. You don't go around by yourself getting picked off by one. First thing you do in a situation is to stick together as a team. Second, I will find a weapon or something so I will be able to defend myself just in case I have to fight someone in an unknown house. Third thing is stay in one spot of the house with all the lights on. So if someone comes to you, you have a great chance of beating him. It's 5 versus 1 and I like these odds. I will also do is take pictures or record something in the house just in case it may come back around for something that I need later on down the line. Day 2 is here and everyone's wake up in a loop.
What the happened?
The wounds of how they were killed appears on their body, but this time Megan's turned possessed. She was speaking the language every missing person. Once she done speaking, the possessed soul that possessed her snapped her neck like a toothpick. There's a loud noise on the door and Clover decides to open it like an idiot and was dragged out to another house right across the street while everybody else was locked in the house. The old lady uses oxygen to suck Clover's soul that turned her possessed. Abe and Nita try to escape but see a huge monsters in the yard but turn back because they wanted to leave everyone behind to try to get help.
What is that?
As a result, Abe and Nita were killed again. Meanwhile, Max looks for Clover in a creepy dollhouse and decided to kick the clown for no reason because it looked creepy, but killed off by possessed Clover. And the possessed Clover running around randomly got hit by the car once she get outside, and day 2 is over. Okay, these folks will get dumber and dumber by the minute. If you hear a knock on the door, you don't go open it like someone's there. It's a trick, and they fell for it, which results in being hunted down to their death. If that were me, I would have to start grabbing weapons on the wall for self-defense. I also would try taking notes, leave notes, or record a video as to figure out what's going on to see if I can solve this time loop. Another thing I would consider is the hourglass. The hourglass is based on the time and we need to figure out if there's a way to stop it. Also, the lady told Clover to survive the night or be part of the night. That's a big clue because I could try and find my best to survive the night by doing the best thing I could do to keep me alive until dawn. If you become part of life, the choices is you will never get out of the loop. Day 3. Everyone wakes up again, and this time they are in a bathroom figuring out how to survive. They figured the part about how to try to survive, but they are getting thirsty.
If we want to survive, we have to make it until dawn.
When Abe drinks the water from the sink, he thinks it's okay, but that's what his biggest mistake. All of them drinking the water and Abe gets sick. What happened next is the worst kill ever. Abe blows up and everyone's panicked. One by one, everyone blows up and Clover is the last one standing. All of a sudden, Dr. Hill shows up till she's almost survived the night. But can't stay in one room and then she explodes just like the rest of her friends. That's the end of day 3. Okay, now they start to get smart a little bit and they start to figure out a plan of how to escape. The problem was just the drink of the sink water, which results being blown up like that. If that were me, I would not drink or eat anything that could potentially take me out. Another thing I noticed is a signature on a book Nita signed earlier.
Nobody's made it past 13 nights.
They mentioned people survive up to the 13th night, and after the 13th night is over. If that were me, I would try to find out any and every way out before the 13th day to see if I could find my way out. I would try to find my way out of the house with any means necessary. It's better to find a way out than sit there and die. Day 4 is here. Everyone wakes up again.
What the happened?
With the wounds from the dead and become more weakened. Noticing that the kills are brutal each day they pass on. The team decide to search for stuff to escape and find a videotape of a guy being used as an experiment. Dr. Hill is using them to test him, see what he does, like eating what appears to be human intestines.
You're sick! You're a sick
As a result, he turned into Wendigo. Dr. Hill gets his attention and wants Clover and the team to do a test. Clover listens to his plan and proceeds that she wants to meet him. Dr. Hill tells them all of them they can survive, but only one needs to die. The team finds a map and Clover go into the woods alone, which results in being caught in a bear trap. Nita killed Abe because she did not like him agreeing with Dr. Hill. As a result, the knife-wielding guy came out of nowhere and took out Abe and Nina. Max fired Clover and saved her from the bear trap. So they see Clover's sister, but she is a zombie monster, and they decide to run. Meanwhile, Megan joins Clover and Max and are being chased down by Wendigo. Megan got caught and dragged off to her death, while Clover and Max hid, talking so loud it's not even funny. Clover wants Max to kill her so they can start over, so they can find a way to survive. Max does this, but he also got killed off by being blown up, like in the bathroom in Dead 3. And Day 4 is over. Okay, making a deal with Dr. Hill is a dumb idea because he has no insurance to save anyone.
What the hell have you done to them? Psychopath! Psychopath!
He wants to experiment on them for his twisted game. If that were me, I would organize them and find a way to get out of this location, find where he's at, and try to take him out. What I will not do is run in the middle of the woods like a maniac like Clover did and end up in a bear trap, or fighting your sister who is a zombie type monster. Another thing I would do is each time I have that, I would have looked at the video or take notes to see if there's a parent to get out of the place. I would find a way to get out the surface outside since they're not haven't even tried that yet. Day 5 is here, but Nita said it's been 13 days due to the signatures on the book they wrote each day and when they die. Abe has the idea of using his phone to see his recording, which is basically the smartest idea they came up with all movie. This video shows how each of them died each night.
It's still in my face!
They notice Megan is missing and don't know where she is. So Clover decides instead of running, they want to fight back to stay alive until dawn. They enter a door that leads to a tunnel to find a way out. A Wendigo shows up and the team beats him and decide to run to another area for their lives. Clover runs into a zombie sister which they fought, and unfortunately she beat her sister. Meanwhile, the big dude who looks like Kane shows up, finds Max, Abe, and Nita, and wants to take him out with a sledgehammer. The trio fought Kane and crushed his skull with the sledgehammer. Great teamwork. Meanwhile, Clover sees Megan trapped in a room with a Wendigo and needs to find the key. When she finds the key, Dr. Hill sneaks up behind her and badgers her about her condition.
Remember last year? Huh? How you left your poor sisters to die?
He wants to play psychic warfare to get her off her game, but Clover had a plan to screw him over good. She took his coffee and placed it underwater, that same water which blew everyone up in Day 3. Dr. Hill blows up, Clover saves Megan, and everyone escaped outside before the hourglass ends and the movie ends. I have to say this. Max, Clover, Nina, Abel, and Megan. All you screwed up.
You know you don't up, right?
All of you had a chance to avoid this time loop death altogether. Instead of calling cops to see if they could find Clover's sister, you decided to go to the area to do your own investigation. There were so many signs that tell you not to go to Clover Valley, but you did. Dr. Hill, who was working at the store at the time, was the only guy in the store, and you did not see any passerbys or any other person in the area on the road. Dr. Hill warned you not to go there because there was too many people missing. Dr. Hill was actually suspicious, which gave him the vibe that he might be the one who's taking all the missing people.
Psychopath!
You traveled to an area where it was storming en route, and it was bone dry when you got to the house, which is suspicious. You heard weird noises and seen weird things before the time loop death. They ignored all the warnings, which result in multiple loops death multiple days. You were being chased by Wendigo all over the house, were killed off by a big dude who looked like Kane from WWE, carrying multiple weapons like knives and sledgehammer, and being blown up from drinking water from a sink. You did find a way out by staying alive after the 13th day. Although all of you made out alive and still did not find Clover's sister for all that, their trip was for nothing and all you gained is a traumatic experience. As a result, we all screwed up.
You know you don't up, right?
Until Dawn, a good horror movie that is different from video games with brutal death scenes. The next time you want to look for your sister and trying to fight death time loop, just call Doctor Strange or John Constantine. If you want to see more upcoming movie reviews, press the like, share, subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next movie review.